Good afternoon and good evening to those that are joining us either by Zoom or those of you that are on YouTube Live. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this, this topic is a topic, well, first of all, it's a topic that affects a lot of people. And hopefully it's a topic that you are looking answers for.
Man.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, welcome everyone. We thought it was going to be a really smoky atmosphere out here. Turns out it was a great day. We actually postponed or canceled one of our hiking trips, and we could have rethought that.
Yes.
It was a beautiful day.
Yes. I mean, we were under the spare the air alert.
Yes.
Which is why we decided to cancel it. But
Yes.
it does turn out that this morning it actually ended up being clearer. So we're thankful for that, even though we canceled our walk, but we're thankful for the atmosphere being a lot clearer.
Yes. So we're doing sorry about that. We're doing sorry about that. Okay. We're back. That was my bad. I was making a bunch of noise. Oh, that's me. Okay. So wouldn't it's kind of ironic, not surprising that as soon as we hit fall, our president comes down with the virus, COVID virus. So COVID-19, I should say. Meaning that at 74 years of age, he's in kind of like that special vulnerable position. So they're not quite letting everything out on him, but for you and I, people of color, or those of you joining, we just want you to know that the fall starts a pretty good depressed kind of season.
Yes.
Fall and winter.
Yes.
A lot of deaths we're seeing, families get affected. And if we're not careful, we'll try to eat our way through the stress or try to take care of the stress by eating all kinds of ways. And that's what we don't want, especially with, what do they call it? The twindemic, the flu and the COVID thing. I saw somebody put that up.
Yes.
I thought that was interesting.
Yes.
So we want to help you out with some of this.
Yes, we do. So we're going to go ahead and share the screen with you guys. Interestingly enough, information. I think up to this point, most of us should be aware that emotions have a lot to do with our physical effects. But I have to say that some of this stuff that you're seeing on the screen right now, to see it written, I guess, was kind of shocking to me.
Yes. And it's pretty, some of the language is kind of pretty deep to like permeability, edema, pulmonary edema, I know that's lungs and things like that. But that's kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
When you think about it, how stress can hit that. And if we aren't able to, get that control, that victory over the food we eat, it could send us into some trouble.
Yes. So, what I found interesting is, like, first of all, how stress increases histamine. And for those who don't understand what histamine is, basically it's, if you have seasonal allergies and, you flare up, like your lungs, don't work well, the sneezing, the stuffiness, right? That's all your body's releasing histamine. In other words, it's trying to fight whatever it is perceiving as an invader. So it's interesting that stress can increase that. And basically, it makes it hard for water to you'll start retaining more water, which is basically what edema means. So if you deal with leg and foot swelling, or maybe you have chronic bronchitis or even asthma, those types of things, sometimes that could be induced by stress. So it's interesting that the body reacts to stress in that manner. So I found that interesting. And then to what you were talking about in terms of food, so stress can cause you not to be able to control how much you're eating. Stress also can cause you not to exercise on a consistent basis. And so therefore, you start gaining weight. Does any of this sound familiar? There's so many people that I can think of. If I even start with, I know the physical things I go through when I'm in stress, but people talk about having a hard time losing those extra pounds. Yes. They've tried this diet, they've tried that diet, and they can't seem to lose the weight. Maybe there's some stress or some emotional trauma or something there that is not being addressed.
And it locks you down. Many of you heard me talk about the colonics and things, that it can lock you down. It just won't pass, no matter how much we're trying to work on you.
Right, which that's the fourth one on the bottom. That chronic stress or anxiety basically can cause constipation. I mean, there's you see the scientific wording, but basically it can cause constipation.
Yeah. We feel trapped. We feel our emotions. They can't express themselves. We got some inward things. We're taking some things on more and more. The more we get frustrated, the more something else frustrates us. We begin to lock up. And that happens in the physical. I mean, its effects is in the physical. Unforgiveness, that should be found, bitterness, anxiety about something. It just can lock you down.
Yes.
You ever, those of you who've ever played sports, you ever got real nervous before an event? And it's hard. You're gonna go through some physical changes. Some either get constipated real bad or some get diarrhea, but that nervousness affects how we're thinking about, am I gonna mess up? Am I gonna do, I hope I do this. All of that begins, which is why you see a lot of athletes try to meditate or stay calm or go into themselves, play music in their ear. They're trying to take their minds off of the intense moment. But in regular life, family life, job, this is a deep issue. This is a deep issue.
And let's talk about comfort foods. So there's a reason why comfort foods are have the word comfort. So if you can think of what are your comfort foods, I'm sitting here trying to think, do you have comfort foods? I'm trying to think, what are my comfort foods? If you can think of what your comfort foods are.
Comfort foods are go-to foods, it's gonna be chips, cookies, not too much soda. I kind of backed off over the years of that, but those are things I used to just go to, learning through all of these, and we're very careful about that because so much salt is sneaky on that. We just saw something the other day where it was just loaded with salt. It was the pita.
Oh yeah, those pita
chips or something.
Even though it does say it's sea salt.
Yes.
But I guess the amount of sea salt.
Man, that was really deep because you get that little ringing in your ear, you get that little head thing going. It could be rough. But all those come from the comfort foods. Some people don't consider it, but some people get a little nervous, whatever, have to drink some coffee. Some people take a cigarette. We all have a go-to thing.
Yeah, I would say mine is always like bread. So there's something about warm bread with butter that when I eat it, I just, oh man, I just get all these great feelings. Or it used to be, not so much now, but it used to be macaroni and cheese. Okay. Oh man, growing up in the South, again, the biscuits. Oh my goodness, biscuits. That and gravy. Oh, that would be.
Now, when I was in high school, I loved the scooter pies.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all know what those are. Those moon pies, somebody calls them that, but scooter pies had that little marshmallowy kind of stuff in there. Some people may have, enjoyed Hostess Twinkies back in the day.
Oh,
those were some favorite.
Yeah.
Fritos. Sometimes you get the Fritos, you put some beans and the cheese gets on there, changes a different chemistry structure.
Frito pies, Friday night football games. Growing up in Texas. Yes.
So what was involved with the Frito pie?
The Frito pie. Well, you get the Frito chips, right? The Frito corn chips, and then you put chili on top of it.
Wow.
And then you put cheese on top of it, right? And the cheese all melts. Then you can top it off with like green onions or chopped onions or maybe even salsa. I mean, they've come up with like all these ways. But every time I think, when they talk about comfort foods, every time when you brought up Fritos, every time I think of Frito pies, I think of cold October nights, Friday night football.
Yeah.
So, but the reason why I was
sour cream.
You can load that thing up. And see, the reason why I was asking that is because the third point on here says that chronic psychological stress or even seasonal disturbances of mood result in an excessive intake of carbohydrate-rich food. This one says such as rice. Now it's interesting because, culturally, I grew up eating rice. But, I just mentioned everything that I mentioned is carbohydrate rich, right? The macaroni, the bread. I mean, something about that.
Yeah, if you take an Oreo and dip it in milk, that's another experience. You take a French fry and put it in what? They dip it in something.
Oh yeah, we used to dip it in vanilla shake.
Vanilla shakes. It's a craving that comes seasonally. That comes. Starbucks puts out a certain kind of special chocolate, hot chocolate in the Christmas season.
Right.
They get you.
What about you guys? What are some of your comfort foods? You can either unmute yourself and share, or maybe type it in the chat. What are some of your comfort foods or your favorite foods?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. I think my well, when you're poor, you really don't. You gotta eat what you can get.
Yes.
but I found so many ways to use potatoes and make it in my comfort food. Potatoes and eggs.
Oh yeah.
Scrambling them on and just doing different things with them to make a meal.
Oh yeah. Look, we just heard Caleb was with us, and Caleb was spending a little time trying to convince us that eggs go with anything.
Yeah, that's right.
I said, what?
Right.
What? Was he 15?
Yeah.
You know, he's getting ready for flag ball season and basketball season.
Yes.
He said, look, you guys, eggs, they go with everything, you know. Okay, all right. What'd someone say?
Yes. Someone put Oreos, mac and cheese, bread, hot chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say that season's coming up.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Peppermint?
Oh yeah, that peppermint hot chocolate. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Starbucks.
Yeah. Ooh. So these are things that we if we're not careful, we'll lean on.
Yes.
When it gets to these, some of you saw my text when I put food is mood. That wasn't original to me, but I was reading that in some of the YouTube things, and food is mood. You know, either we have a mood and we want the food, or either we eat the food and then we get a mood. So it works both ways.
It works both ways. Someone else put bread and pizza.
That's right. Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about pizza. Yes. Pizza is a comfort food too.
Yeah. So those are things we lean on, and that's how our emotions are tied into the food.
The food. Yeah. And the fact that it does, a lot of times when, particularly those that are dealing with, weight gain and having issues with weight, that a lot of that can be emotional stress. Yeah.
So do we have a video, or we have
we do slide, so we do have a video. A lot of times we talk about trying to improve your health and certain things to eat, and for some people it might seem like it's too far out, or maybe it's not necessarily attainable culturally. If you're used to a particular kind of way, you think like, oh no, there's no way. So we wanted to share this video of a couple that are, they talk a little bit about some of the health changes that they are trying to go through.
Good. These are some simple steps.
Oh, the case study. Hold on. We'll get back to the case study.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, my quality got a little better. I'm happy about that. So let me get right into it. Today's video is going to be about Dr. Sebi's alkaline diet. So recently my husband and I, we have been on Dr. Sebi's diet for the past probably a month. And so far he's lost 15 pounds. I didn't have a lot of really weight to lose, but I lost about 5 to 7 pounds, that little bit of weight that you want to lose at the end of your weight loss journey. So anyway, I want to show at least 6 things that are on his list that you can eat that I found at my local Wegmans. So let's get right into it. First on the list is something that me and my husband, or my husband and I, we eat about 3 times a day. It's just it's basically like our meat. It really replaced our meat, because you eat meat about 3 times a day, 3, 4, whatever. So this is kale. If you've never seen kale, for whatever reason, I'm gonna show you. I usually buy it, still fresh and intact and not packaged and already cut up, because I just feel I have more control about what was put on it, or what was, if somebody cut it, and I don't know. I just want it to be, as natural as possible. And I just feel like if it's packaged, it went through something that it didn't have to go through, that I could cut it myself. So next on the list, I have grapes. So these are different because these actually have seeds. So seedless grapes are a no. Seedless grapes are hybrid plants, and hybrid plants do not have seeds, to my knowledge. So you would say, why seeds, right? So you would need seeds because with seeds they have the ability to reproduce, so it's still natural. Next we have spelt spaghetti. It's just alternative spaghetti. Change it up. It's really easy. Instead of getting regular wheat, whatever, get spelt. That's simple. It's a simple replacement for me with for pasta. So next I have quinoa non-dairy beverage. This is like a rice milk, and me and my husband, we leave it in the refrigerator so it's cold, and we eat it with our cereal, which is a natural grain. I could leave that in the link below with everything else. Well, I'm gonna leave the whole list. So it's actually a natural grain cereal that we eat with that. But he eats it all the time, so we don't even have any right now. But I did find something else, that's sweet on the list, which is a replacement for your syrup. So it's the agave in the raw organic agave nectar, USDA organic. Feel me? This is for your tea, for your syrup, and everything like that you usually use Aunt Jemima's for, that has totally too much sugar in it. So I hope you liked my haul. There's a lot of more things on the list. I'll leave it below. Thank you for watching. Deuces. Hello?
I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. All right. So what we were saying was that was real simple.
Yeah.
Her and her husband decided, family unit decided to go slow, take their time. Thank you all for letting us know. We were just talking to the air, but we're back with you now. We're back with you. So that was real simple. So they got, just a little bit of kale. They're going to do something with it. They didn't tell you what to do with it, but these are the foods that will help you deal with fixing that mood and your physical immune system.
Right. And what I liked is that, she addressed, at least that was another thing I didn't say. A comfort food for me also has been pasta. And so I like that she was showing an alternative to spaghetti. We've talked in the past how anything wheat-based has gluten. And when you think of the word gluten, the first part of it sounds like glue. And that's basically what it does, in your body, and it causes weight gain. So I liked how, she had an alternative that was a healthier alternative. So sometimes when we think about comfort foods, we think, oh no, you're going to take away that thing that I love so dearly. And what we're trying to do is, trying to make the connection. Well, maybe we can substitute it with something so that next time when I'm feeling like, oh, I want some pasta, then I'm going to choose a healthy alternative. And I like what she did about the sugar.
Yes, that alternative to, instead of Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima, I didn't say that right. Ain't your mama, but Aunt Jemima. we get a chance to get an alternative, more like agave, more from the plant.
That's right.
That helps to sweeten. And you think about agave, you don't need a lot.
No, you
It'll
don't.
Sweeten up way more.
And she's right in terms of how they use it for everything. You can use agave to, sweeten
That's
your
right.
tea. You can use it as, like she said, like an ancient mama. See, now you got me saying it.
Pancakes.
You can use it on pancakes. So yeah, and I have found, with the boys, they don't miss the pancake syrup. They use that, and, it's just fine. So it's actually a really good alternative for sugar. And it's not detrimental to your health. It's actually good for you.
Right.
So we wanted
Good.
to share this case study real quick. In terms of what we were what we've been talking about, emotions, right? Emotional stress, and how that can affect the physical. And so this was a case study from some research that you did.
Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't give them any medication. Sometimes they run what they call a placebo, and then sometimes they run. So the placebo is
it's not the real medication.
Not the real medication or real thing. They just giving you. If they
don't
gave
tell
you,
you,
they don't tell you, but
you think you're taking the real pill.
So that can work on your mind too, because you think you're getting it. So they want to help them escape from family stress by here's what they did. This is real simple. This sounds like Jesus talking to us, right? Go find your new place and forget the event happened, which was considered to play a role in worsening your stress. So they're just saying, your money got funny, caused stress, a little relationship strain caused stress. Family stress. Go to the beach. Take a walk in the park. Get away from where the stressors were, and then allow that to do. Because if you stay around it, then the depression, the inability to get it your way, brings a lot more disappointment and depression. So what did you say? What do you think they found out? You saw this.
Man, it was just, instead of giving them medication, what it ended up doing is that because what is not on here is that this patient was suffering with swelling, edema, pulmonary swelling, so asthma and stuff like that, swelling in the legs and the feet. And once he, followed what they said, the symptoms, the swelling disappeared gradually, but in 3 months' time. Now imagine if you are dealing with swelling, weight gain, with water retention, and to not have to take medication, and the symptoms are gone in 3 months.
Now check this out. We only have 3 months in this year. Got a chance to get to this season without dealing with some of the issues.
Right.
If you find a nice quiet spot, a different spot, chill, get away from it. Look at nature. What Jesus say to the disciples, come apart and rest a while, get a moment of rest and relaxation. It's good to hear those waves at the water, the beach.
Yes.
Good to hear the rustling. We walked a couple weeks ago and we could smell the pine odor, the fragrance from the trees.
Right.
It was beautiful.
Right.
And
one of the things that we like to do also, especially after having a full day, like me being on Zoom all day teaching, you dealing with the phone calls and just, things from the church, or a lot of times we like to pick, eat dinner, and we drive down to the marina and we just park. Right.
Watch the sunset.
And just watching the sunset over that water and just eating and just peaceful. There's something about really what that does.
Really works.
About what that does.
So we're gonna show you a little something that comes from do we do a little Sabi love here?
Well, it's yes, it is. It is Sabi. It is Sabi love.
Now basically, he's looking out for our people.
Yes. Yes.
You see a lot of things out there. They mean well. It's not necessarily works with us, but here's what Sabi focuses on us. You have to kind of test it, play around with it, but it's meant to go after your mood and give you nutrition at the same time.
Yes, yes, it is. And like you said, for those of you that are not familiar, his name is Dr. Sebi, and we'll probably share in the chat some information about what he's about and the kinds of foods that he talks about. And his website also has a whole bunch of good recipes as well, if you're looking to eat healthier.
Okay, so we're gonna show you.
We're gonna show you one of the. This is a recipe that we do, and after we show you the demonstration, we'll post the recipe. But we're using all the foods from. We're using all the foods from. You know, that would be listed as approved from his list of approved foods. So we're gonna switch the screen on you real quickly so that you can see what we are doing. All right, here we go. So this is now they talked about rice. Okay, and I expressed how rice was something that I grew up with. So this would be a good alternative to a nice rice dish, right? So if you're looking for a nice rice dish, this would be a good alternative. We're going to be using the grain millet. So let me start with that. Show you guys what millet looks like. It actually, if you've ever seen couscous, it kind of looks like that, but the grains are a little smaller than the couscous. And so there's not that shiny. All right, so it's called millet. And so this is the grain that we're using. And so what I did already ahead of time, in the rice cooker, I put a cup of millet with some water and some sea salt so that the millet could be done. And so what I'm about to do on the skillet is add the seasonings and then add the millet to it. So kind of like a stir fry. So the oil that I'm going to be using is grapeseed oil. Now, grapeseed oil is good for cooking because it's plant-based, and the oil doesn't break down into bad properties due to heat. There are some oils that can't take high heat, so therefore they're not necessarily the best for cooking. But this oil is really good for cooking. Another one that we've talked about that is good for cooking is avocado oil. Is also a one that deals with high heat. So I kind of moved this over a little bit because this got a little too hot and my oil was getting too hot too quickly. So here are some of the ingredients that we're about to stir fry. So in here, I've chopped up some onions already. I've chopped up some small bell peppers. I've grated some ginger. And then I've also put sprigs of fresh herbs. Man, there's nothing like the smell of fresh herbs. So what are some of the herbs that we're using? First of all, these beauties right here are oregano. Okay, so some fresh oregano. We're also gonna stir fry some fresh sage. Okay, so here's the sage, what the sage looks like. And we're going to stir fry some fresh basil leaves. Okay, so what I did, except for I didn't add the basil leaves. So what I did is I went ahead and kind of pre-cut everything. So if you look here in the bowl, all the stuff that I just mentioned has been cut. Only thing I forgot to add is the basil. And so, you know, just using a few leaves. 2 or 3 is fine, but if you really love basil like I do, then you just go to town on the basil, okay? So also in here is a little bit of cayenne and annatto. And for those of you that are not familiar with what annatto is, it's a seed, and when it's ground up, it gives you, it turns things like a reddish color. And then this is 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. And so I'm going to bring all of this over and put it in the skillet. So now I think I can bring this over this way. All right. And so you can, you know, stir fry or saute this on a medium to low heat. And then once you get it to a pretty good consistency, I like, or I'll say we like our vegetables not too overcooked. So, you know, we saute them for a little bit. All right. And so now we're ready to add the millet. So I'm going to go ahead and add our millet. Perfect. I wish you guys could be here because then you'd be able to smell how good this smells. All right, I can smell the fresh herbs, the ginger, all that good stuff. I can smell it. It smells really, really, really good. All right, and what you do is you start mixing it around. Probably do better. All right, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to turn like a reddish yellowish color. And you know, since we're vegan, this has no dairy in it, no animal product. This is really good for those of you that are, you know, wanting to transition. There are some plant-based, you know, protein that you could maybe add to this. There's so much that you could do with this. You know, you could add some tofu. George was talking about eggs. I mean, there's so many things that you can add to this, and it is just, oh my gosh, this smells good. I'm hungry. But yeah, that's the thing with this. And look, guys, it is with all of that being said, it is done. It is done.
All right. Any questions on that? You can go ahead and unmute, and if you got any questions, we'll go straight to his suggestion on a smoothie here in a little bit. Again, trying to get antioxidants, trying to work on the system, trying to really help. Yes, so we're good. We're good. We're just switching up here. So come around very quickly. Sinking to rise no more, as the song goes. All right, so this is from Sebi, Dr. Sebi, for us. So what his suggestion is, get you some pure coconut water. This is the label on this one. But here, I want to show you exactly what you want to look for. You want to turn it around You want to read the label? Make sure where I got it right now. Do you see where it says? Just, oh, no. Here we go. So this is what you want right here where my finger is. All right. What does that say?
They can't read it.
Okay.
It's a little blurry.
Can you read it for me?
It says organic coconut water.
That's all that's in there, right? No special things, no special thing. Just straight organic coconut, straight from the, you showed me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coconut. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put we're gonna put about a cup in there. Because I'm gonna really work with the program here. All right, so that's some good coconut water. Amen. Hydration, electrolytes help you out. You want a little creamy? We'll put a little bit, maybe half a cup. Your nut milk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say it like that. Your favorite nut milk. All right. So now I've got the baby bananas. I already cut them up. All right. I'm gonna put 3 of them in there. All right. And normally she was trying to show a peach one, but we couldn't find peaches, so we went. You can have the option of the mango. All right. So this is the, what kind of mango they call this one? These are 2 of those little baby
These are
mangoes.
the yellow mangoes.
The
small yellow mangoes that you see in the store.
All right, so I'm making it easy. So we got, and then I'm going to add some oxidants, the blueberries. All right, so we just kind of freeze them. You're gonna put a cup of the blueberries in there. All right. All right, and there we have it. This, along with this meal, we're getting everything from from Mother Nature. Isn't it right, sister?
Yes, amen.
Little from Mother Nature. Dr. Willie Davis not on the line, but we talked about this agave. There it is, organic blue agave. All right, that's the one she was trying to help us understand. And then I have the ice. If you want to add anything else to this, but this will keep your veins, your arteries open, your heart working well, and you'll get that peaceful mood that you're looking for that. All right, so we're ready to, I'll see. We're ready to go ahead and blend this up. And you, my friends, all right, that's what you do. Got that, and there's the look of that. Just powerful. If you want to put some sea moss in there, you can add that. But right now, this will be good for you. You just drink that, and your heart, your arteries will say, "Thank you, Jesus, for not putting in something that's gonna clog us back up." Any questions? Go ahead.
All right, so these recipes, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. At the first recipe, I'll share it on the screen real quick. And if you want to jot down the notes, at least for the ingredients of that recipe. All of these ingredients are ingredients that deal with your mood or your emotional stress. People don't realize that, just like how comfort foods are comforting, healing foods are healing. Yeah. Okay. You will immediately start feeling a difference. When we talk about peppers are a cleanser. All kinds of peppers. They're good to cleanse the blood, to deal with high blood pressure, lime juice. We talk about, you know, the citric and
Yes.
properties of lime juice. It's
Yes.
also a cleanser. Oregano. We've talked about how we even take oil of oregano, you know, pills to deal with killing bacteria.
Mhm. So in the fall, as we hit the fall, and they are now October, November, December, January, for this the flu season, and now we may have the resurge of the COVID as we look at our president. You want to heighten your vitamin C. So those blueberries, those mangoes, the bananas will help with that. All right. Some people struggle with a banana, you can take an avocado and put it in, it'll just be just as creamy for that. But you want nature's food in you as close to its original form, because that's going to go in there and help. You'll begin to see your mood switch and change. That's why in the Bible, Daniel's asking for 10 days, because he could feel a difference after 10 days. You too will feel a difference if you stuck to this pattern for the most part. Now, in terms of budget, all right, some people will say, well, that's a lot to fix it that way. No, if you buy the bulk millet, it's not going to cost much. If you buy the peppers that we just got, we went straight to Farmer Joe's, the farmer's market. You just pick it off the shelf yourself. Very affordable.
Right.
Even if you're on what they call aid, I forgot what they officially call it. It used to be the SNAPS program. What am I thinking?
Yeah, SNAP, EBT.
EBT or whatever. Trust me, you can go to the produce section and still be budgeted if you're choosing to eat this way, right? So that's key. Most people use up their budget in a hurry because they're trying to store up and pack up on a lot of meat products, a lot of processed food. That's where it adds up. But if you go this route, you should be able to eat well, all right? And your energy level will come back up, your mood, you're peaceful, you'll just enjoy it. That's how Daniel survived in a nation that put him in slavery. He was able to survive because he chose his food. Even right now in the prison system, Black Muslims, I don't know what the Jews do. They request that they eat their way.
Yes.
Even when they go in.
In school, with my students, in their student database or record, they're supposed to put if they have any allergies or anything like that, if there's any special diet requirements. And my students that are Muslim,
they do that.
It shows as an allergy alert, and when you click on it, it says no pork.
So you can control your intake, as that other slide was saying. It's your intake. So we want you to know that food affects your mood, and mood will drive you to the wrong food unless it's a good mood. But if you're mad at somebody, you better watch what you eat.
Yeah.
You got to take into consideration what you're about to, go down. I've seen some people get depressed and they mean to eat just a few chips and the whole bag's gone.
Oh my goodness.
The whole raw Oreo cookies are gone.
Oh my goodness.
Half the carton of the ice cream gone because they just mad. They just so down and depressed. They gotta make sure they finish it.
Right.
That's what we want you to do in the next 3 months, to fight that thing. Okay, you gotta fight that thing because it's two, and they're both different: the flu and the COVID-19. So we're just here trying to share. We're not doctors.
No.
We're not even lawyers. We just try and tell you, hey, look, this is from what we've read for our people to survive this season coming up. This is what we want.
That's
all right. So we've come to, we went back to our original. We got it done in an hour.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
What we're putting in the chat is the recipe for the lemon millet, and then for the smoothie, it was,
so we had 2 mangoes. We
had 1 cup of that's a
coconut water.
So 1 cup of coconut water,
pure organic, whatever, but that you all will know.
We had 2 yellow mangoes.
Yes.
Half a cup
Of the blueberry.
of nut milk.
Yes, nut milk.
And then a cup of the blueberries.
Blueberries, yes.
Cup of blueberries. And
so option is we got the nut milk, okay?
Yes.
Coconut water.
Yes.
That was it.
Agave.
Little agave.
About a tablespoon of agave. Okay. And then ice.
Yeah, ice. That's
Or
what you want to chill, yeah.
Ice. And so that's for the smoothie.
I'm telling you, folks, you will do that. 2 of these, 3 of these a week. If you can get them every day, that's fine. I know how our budgets are, but you will feel the presence. You will feel the hypertension come out. You will feel the blood pressure go down. The thing that's causing you that little ringing in the head, ringing in the ear. You got to get to the 3rd day of this in a row for that. You're going to feel those changes. And as they said on the screen, 90 days, it can change your whole view of yourself and how to deal with the challenges around. Right. You don't see them as overwhelming. You see them as things to conquer.
Yes.
Things to get through. We can work that out.
Yeah.
That's why Daniel was so important. He was able to, interpret dreams, receive dreams, interpret dreams, because he made sure that his diet was basic and powerful from the plant base. So that's what we're here to encourage you.
Yes,
we love encouraging our people to say, stick with it. I know we go down, look, even right now, we know that George is the lone brother. Thank you, man, for hanging in there. You're the lone man on this thing. Because look, the other ones are watching the Lakers. I think they're getting really beat down tonight. And they're watching the 49ers. That's what's happening. And I know that the people are having parties and get-togethers and all of that. We know why we missing the brothers today. We know that they got, I won't want to say they got money on the game, but that's another discussion. But we know why this hour is being missed. So ladies, take notes, look after your men. We know that as we said earlier, the corn chips, the Pepsi Cola, the root beer. We know that the ice cream, we know that the party's going on because the football game's going on. We always discuss that. We're in that season right now because when we first started, they shut down everything. Yeah. No sports, nothing. Yeah. So we have more people that hung in there with us. But we just try to make sure, man, that somebody can come back and look at this YouTube later. Yes. Pick it up.
So if you want to look at this later, it is it'll automatically be on our YouTube channel. And if you don't have that link, then Anthony can share that through text. You can and you can look at all. Maybe this is your first time with us or your second time with us, and you've missed the past talks. You can catch them all on our YouTube channel. We hope that this has been of great information for you all. We love being able to help our people and their health, and to be able to give you information, right? We can't make you make these changes. You have to want to make these changes on your own, but sometimes you can't even make a change if you don't have the information. So we hope that this information was very valuable for you. And we hope to see you next Sunday. In the meantime, just peruse our YouTube channel, and you should be able to find some more great information.
God bless y'all. We'll take care. I hope your team wins.